You know, for being a master craftsman of women's clothes, it just seems like he works on nightgowns mostly. But that might just be me. Hello there, friends, and welcome back to more Bravely Default. Last time, we visited the Florsheim area, and we went through two very interesting encounters where we got to show off some pretty cool abilities, a little bit more of the night job, and a really overpowered hasten world stillness strategy against an overall dangerous encounter. So, I mean, I'll take it. We won't be abusing stillness and hasten world that much, but maybe a little bit more down the road. But anyway, today we're going to be heading over to the Eisenberg area to tackle the surprisingly small amount of sub-scenarios there. I believe there's only one. But before we do that, obviously, as you can see, Idia is not on Ninja, so we'll have to talk about the job changes I've made today. And I'm also going to be buying another Nerende village item. How goes? Today, I'm going to be buying the Foxtail. Now, if you do not have Nerende Village, you already have the Giant's Axe by this point. You have multiple of them by this point. So just go ahead and use that as a replacement if you don't have this stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and buy the Foxtail. Primarily because the Foxtail will raise the user's agility by 20, which is really good. I've mentioned a lot about how speed is super important in this chapter from this point onward, and I'm going to be giving this to Agnes. The reason for is because she's back on Conjurer. She's going to be utilizing Conjurer Black Mage as her build for today. She's not going to be on utility, she's going to be our damage dealer. So, just going down the list, Idia is on Vampire, with Sword Magic as her job command. She will be our aggressive attacker, but she can also throw out White Wind and Curse, you know the drill. She's going to be using Monster Ability Up, Two-Handed, Sword Magic Amp, Drain Attack Up, and Katana Lore. The reason for Drain Attack Up and Sword Magic Amp is because if you utilize Drain as your Sword Magic, these two will be procced, and it will combine with Monster Ability Up to make pretty much any of your attacks that activate Drain from the Vampire, which is pretty much everything, do a lot more damage. This is probably the best way of making a physical attack build for the Vampire work out perfectly. Ring a Bell is on White Mage, and he'll be running Time Magic. This is mostly so we can get Haste and Re-Raise, but the White Magic is also there if we want to run Protect, Shell, Reflect, that kind of thing. His support abilities are Group Cast All and Holy One. He's kind of just being our miniature replacement for Agnes, though having a little bit more white magic instead of black magic. Agnes, as I said earlier, is on Conjurer Black Mage, and she'll be running the Tried and True Two-Handed, Phantom Weapon, and Axe Lord. That's the reason why I'm running the Foxtail, because it will give her extra agility to make her faster, and it has a lot of physical attack. Tiz has not changed at all, though. Unfortunately, he's still on Thief Freelancer because there's still some good loot for us to steal. Thankfully, Godspeed Strike is decent enough to fall back on, so it's not all that bad. In terms of gear, the only real important thing that's worth noting is that I have equipped the gold hairpins on both Ring-a-Bell and Agnes to make their MP costs significantly lowered, which is gonna be really, really nice. And also, with Nerende Village on the mind, let's go ahead and check on it. So, Trader level 11 with the Knight's Tunic is now complete. So what does that leave? We're down to our last one, huh? The accessory shop, right here in the middle. The bonus equipment we'll get from here is the Melodist shirt. Ooh, the last one, dudes. The last one. There we go. Again, I won't go over the Knight's shirt just yet. There isn't a lot of lore pertaining to the Knight's shirt. It was more of a promotional material thing. But I'll go into detail at a later date. For right now, we're going to head towards Eisenberg. I'm actually going to head east here to kind of loop around the map. It'll be easier. Yeah, so there's only one sub-scenario here in Eisenberg, and that is pertaining to the Eisen Bridge. So I suggest we go ahead and just land down here and see what goes on.
Welcome, Wind Vestal. I see you have companions, too. Well met. I am Daniel Goodman, commander of the Shield Bearers. I must apologize on behalf of my soldiers. They did not know who you were when they stopped you.
No need to apologize. After all, you were kind enough to grant us the audience we sought.
I am happy to accommodate you. Now, what is it I can help you with?
We have come to these lands to journey to the Temple of Fire and awaken the crystal there.
The Temple of Fire. I am afraid that...
Yes, we are aware the way there has been buried in lava. What is the current status of the Mithril Mine?
The Mithril Mine? The Swordbearers have occupied it at times, though we usually wrest it back from them. Currently, it is not held by either side.
I see. Thank you very much. Oh, would you be able to grant us permission to stay in Heartstrap?
Of course. The Shield-Bearers welcome the Vestal and her companions. Feel free to rest your travel-weary bones in town. Someone, show the Vestal and her companions the way.
I find it really interesting that the whole Canary Boy Mithril Mine fiasco that we had to go through in our original world may have just been... it's just not in these other worlds. It seemed to only be focused on 2 worlds specifically. Hard at work, I see. Yes. We're gonna save up. And Eri, yes, I know you want to go and deal with the whole crystal thing, but we have bigger problems to deal with. We have blue little icons on my map that make my OCD go crazy.
What can I help you with?
So, if we want to start this up scenario, all we have to do is say, let's take care of that. And we all know what we have to do here.
Oh, look! The Wind Vestal and her merry band have graced us with their presence. We haven't come to hear you sing, if that's what you think.
Oh, please. I'm sure you heard rumors of my voice and couldn't help but come to see for yourself. Because we all know when I sing...
We go wild!
Shut it! You won't get your way so easily. I'm afraid it's futile. My personal guard would gladly die for me. Isn't that right, darling?
We're here for you, Praline!
Thank you all! Let's sing a little tune then! Love in the Crossfire! Daddy, my sight, get you tonight. Love
Yeah!
Not so fast. Come on, shield bearers! What are you doing? This isn't on the set list. Nobody can hear my song now. I'll just have to sing louder. Oh, this isn't working. Time to blow you sky high. How's that? No way! It's useless! Ah, why are you being so mean? You're supposed to worship the ground I walk on. Oh, kick the Wind Vestal and that other riffraff out of here!
Nah, just let Lydia keep doing what she's doing. She seems to have a gift for conducting. So, Praline is accompanied by her guard. Okay, great. We were just being introduced to a bunch of really unique encounters, and of course Praline has to flub it up. Okay, well, whatever. Praline and her guard are still, I guess the best way of saying it, Praline is still pretty strong. She is similar to every other Chapter 7 Eternian boss. Her stats are significantly heightened, and you need to watch your speed. Her guards, on the other hand, are nothing all that special that you haven't dealt with at this point, so you kind of understand what you have to do here. We're gonna go ahead and haste everyone up with Ring a Bell, And the idea is that we can take down her guard in no time flat, but we're going to have Anya's default for right now. We're going to have Tiz default for right now. There's haste, and then we can see what happens here. Okay, yeah, Praleen's attack is not that strong, especially since Adia was not defaulting. We're actually going to go ahead and have her try out her new ability with Earthquake. This will heal her as well now that she has Drain equipped on her weapon. So that's what we're going to be doing here. We're going to go ahead and have Ringabel also cast Re-Raise. That way... Oh, wait, no, he doesn't have Re-Raise. That's right, because I didn't cap him. That's okay. We don't really need Re-Raise. We can just go ahead and set up Protect. None of these guys here do magic damage, so we don't need to worry about Shell. And then we're going to have Anyes. They're both weak to Thunder, so we'll just go ahead and have her do 2 Thundagas and see if that can take them down. Tiz is going to try and steal from Praline as I want her loot. Star Pendants and Royal Crown. Perfect, Tiz. Oh my goodness. Thundaga. Come on, take down her ads. There we go. Earthquake. There we go. Maximum damage, even with a crit. So now she's going to be forced to call in reinforcements. So we're going to use this time to heal up. Let's do a Cura. That should be enough to fully heal. Default with Anyes, and Tiz can now default and prepare to go on the offense. There we go. That's a pretty strong heal for just a Cura. Alright, we're going to have Idia go ahead and cast 2 Earthquakes. This will easily kill all of the ads. And then we're going to have Ringabel go ahead and hasten everyone up, just in case. And then we'll have Anyes cast 2 Thundagas, but this time just a single target on Praline. And then we'll have Tiz default.
Somebody needs some help?
Who are you?
Oh, hey, look, it's Jackal for some reason. He's across the whole continent. Okay, but hey, I'll take it. Jackal's here. So, Praline and Jackal together is a interesting combo. Praline can increase Jackal's physical attack, and with Jackal's high speed, he can become a pretty dangerous opponent, as he can hit hard and really fast, especially with how much he's willing to go into the negative for. So, keep an eye on these two. I would suggest taking down Praline first, as she is the support buffer, and then worrying about Jackal's offensive capabilities at a later date. So, let's go ahead and... I'm actually going to go and slow our opponents here, as I don't want Jackal actually outspeeding us. We're going to have Anyes default, as she's kind of in a bit of danger right now, and then we're going to try and steal from the Jackal. There we go. Let's see if Tiz gets lucky enough this time around, too. Nothing. Oh, they're not carrying anything. That's unfortunate. Alright, we slowed them down. Okay, they're going for Anyes. That's okay. Alright, we're looking pretty alright. What I'm going to do this time, instead of healing with Ringabel, I'm going to cast Earthquake on Idia and then have her White Wind. This will fully heal her, and then she'll use White Wind to heal everyone else up to full HP. We're then going to use Ringabel's turn to cast another Protect. And then Anyes will Brave once more, and we'll try it. And do we want to focus on the Jackal? No. We'll focus on Praline. I'll follow my own advice here. And we'll have Tiz default right now. Protect up. Thundaga. This isn't doing maximum damage, but that's perfectly fine. If you want to do max damage, just cast Invocation, and you'll get what you want. There's the heal. Alright, 113 damage on Tiz. It's pretty much nothing. We're going to actually... I'm going to go ahead and curse the Jackal to lower his physical attack power. And then we're going to default with Ringabel. We'll default with Anyes. And we'll have Tiz go ahead and go on the offense here against Praline. And see if we can finish her off. There we go. Come on, Tiz.
Second thought. Run away!
Unhand me, you brute! You have some nerve interrupting my performance like that.
Shut your trap. No one talks to the Jackal like that.
The who?
The Jackal, I said. Great thief of the sands. And you can add Asterisk Holder and Grunt and the Eternian forces to the list what's more.
Ooh! So you're a member of the forces too, Mr. Jackal? Did you come on orders from Swordmaster Kami Izumi then?
Come again? Swordmaster who?
Nobutsuna Kami Izumi? You mean you've never heard of him? He's super tall and wields a mean sword, and he's always in a long green robe.
A swordsman in a green robe? She must mean the chief. He did say he had some pressing business, and wanted me to handle that thing for Old Man TikTok. So... Oh, right! That order!
Well, great then! After you, Mr. Jackal, lead the way!
Great. Those two are a pair now. Oh, and they're going around the world. Might as well go ahead and try and stop them. But I mean, I'd like to see this play out. Anyway, let's go ahead and head to Eisenberg. We need to heal up. And then... not Eisenberg. We're already in Eisenberg. Alright, problem solved. No, we'll head to Archchild. And then it looks like it wants us to go to Ansheim. Alright. Yes. I know where Eleanor's residence is. Don't worry, I'm not going to be going to Eleanor's residence. At least not yet. Ooh, party chat. Galet Sauces. Ooh, there you are, Dats. Yep, came to relieve Zats. Or are you really here for Eisenberg's famous sausages and ham? All washed down with a hearty black beer? You got me there. You obviously know what's good, Ring-a-Bell. Care to join me? Unfortunately, I have some business with Eleanor. You don't say. Yes, well, you see, we picked up a heap of buckwheat seeds while we were in Florum. Figured buckwheat would be a perfect crop for the barren soil here. And it would help the food situation, too. Ring-a-Bell, I'm so grateful you're so concerned for this land. I'm blessed with wonderful friends. If you need to thank someone, it should be Adia. Adia? You overheard the proprietress talking to herself. What did she say? Apparently, she was mumbling something about taking Eisenberg's famous sausages and wrapping it in a crepe made from Florum buckwheat to make a delicious galette saucisse. Adia couldn't stop thinking about it after that, and invested in a heap of buckwheat seeds. She realized that buckwheat loses its flavor quickly, so she decided it would have to be grown locally. Oh, she's got an amazing mind, that one. That she does, but what do you expect from the only daughter of the Duchy's Grand Marshal? Several years from now, I'll wager Eisenberg's will have one more famous dish to add to its list. You're still here? Hurry up and deliver those seeds to Eleanor! Yes, ma'am. Oh, Dats? Whatever you do, don't mention to her that it would have been easier to ship sausages to Florum. Thanks for the tip. Good old Idia, only thinking with her stomach. But hey, sometimes that's how progress is made, right? Anyway. This group, man. I love this crew so much. Even Dats and Zats. Let's go ahead and save up, and I'll see you at Ansheim. Alrighty, here in Ansheim. First things first, actually, I want to go ahead and go to the item shop here. I'm going to buy one more Phoenix down. The number 9 was really bugging me. That was just a small little pet peeve, but otherwise it's perfectly fine. Let's go ahead and head into the throne room. Jekyll mentioned Old Man TikTok, so let's see what he means by that. Oh, looks like they're already here. We, didn't beat them to it. But that's okay. Let's go say hi, shall we?
Mr. Jackal, who's the man in the silly clothes?
That would be Old Man TikTok. And he's the reason the chief asked me to bring you here.
By chief, you mean the sword master?
Yeah, that's the one.
This is Praline Alamode, so-called diva of the battlefield, then?
Where are your manners, TikTok? That's no way to greet a guest.
TikTok? It's you who ought to mind his tongue, urchin. I am King of Ansheim, an honorable consul to the Cammer and Profiteer Merchantry.
King? What's so grand about a king? Your parents were less louts than mine, that's all.
What's so... I am king, boy! Kings command respect and adulation by virtue of being king. Are you truly so crassly ignorant?
So what? You think you're better than the chief? With that weird thing on your head? I'll say this, you got brass. Or wait, is that bronze?
The royal raiment is not weird. I'll have you know this is the very latest in fashion.
Excuse me, Mr. Jackal. Where will I be performing?
Why, yes, of course. You've quite the reputation, Miss Diva. I trust the rumors do not exaggerate your talents. I have deigned to introduce your melodious voice and dancing to the people of Anshine. For in my quest to industrialize this land, the people have suffered great pains. In recompense for their long years of labor, I would have them forget their hardship, if only for a moment.
Why? We're the Cammer and Profitor merchantry, remember? We squeeze the people dry, then keep them in line by flashing the duchy's power at them.
I have no idea what you mean.
What? Really? Swordmaster really wants us to do that?
Oh, absolutely. Heard it straight from the chief's mouth.
Well, alright then. I can't say I really like this, but I'm a professional, so...
Stop right there. I heard every last word. You've already worked the people to the bone. Now you want to force more labor on them in exchange for a song? I'm not letting that happen.
That's not what I said at all.
You again? Come on, TikTok, you get to help this time. Let's get him, and get him good.
Ooh, that's my cue!
I'm the king, boy! These three make me laugh. Oh my goodness, this is another example of I am not a big fan of any of these three individually, but put together, they are a comedic trio. Oh my goodness, these guys are so much fun. But in terms of their fighting capabilities, they are not exactly the best pair, at least when it comes to adding camera to the mix. I already talked about how Praline and Jackal synergize fairly well, but adding camera to the mix, really all you need to worry about is extra earth damage and stop. Velga is also fairly annoying, but if you have a magic attacker, which, woohoo, I do, Velga's not really going to be that much of a problem. Other than that, though, the loot that Praline had is reset, so you can go ahead and try to steal from her again. And then Camera has some loot that we want as well, so we're going to be looking for that. First things first, though, we're going to set up Sword Magic on Idia for a later venture. And then we're going to speed everyone up with Ring a Bell, and then we're going to have everyone else default. So Jackal's going to be going on to the negative quite often here, so we're going to be using that to our advantage. There's Love Power, which will raise physical attacks. Stop on Anyes. Okay, that's not the greatest thing, but that'll be okay. We're gonna have Idia go ahead and... do I want to... Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and have her White Wind. That way I can use Ring a Bell to immediately just dispel the effects of Praline's songs, as I don't want Jackal to be able to utilize that in any real way. And then we're gonna have Tis Default. As there are multiple opponents I want to steal from, we're just gonna use Shakedown. Also, removing Praline's songs will force her to try and sing them again, so we'll be working with that. We're going to have Idia default, as I want to get my BP up as soon as possible. We'll have Ring a Bell go ahead and heal up our wounds. Unfortunately, Anyes is still frozen, which is not good. We'll have Tis default one more turn, though. Kirata, okay, Jackal is going to be Braving, putting him into the negative again next turn. There's Velga. We're not going to worry about that too much, though. We're going to have Idia go ahead and... we'll have her just do one Earthquake and a White Wind. That way, we can heal everyone up, and we can give Ring a Bell room to default and get an extra BP charge. We'll have Anya's default, as she didn't get to raise her BP. And we'll have Tiz go ahead and shake down our opponents here. See if we can get the loot we want. Shake down. Come on, come on. Okay, star pendants. Okay, so camera doesn't have anything. That's unfortunate. I mean, it's okay enough because it just means we can single target steal. But we'll work on that later. So there's Idia fully healed from the earthquake damage. And then there's the white wind. Nice. Quara, we're not going to worry about this damage. Camera's not going to be doing much to us. They do have Veilga up. Is that worth removing? No, not really. We're going to have Idia to go ahead and default. Ringabel's going to re-up our haste. And then Anya's, I'm going to go ahead and try and take advantage of the effects here. I think I actually want to take down Jackal first, because if you take down either Camera or Praline, he will go into his Brave Rage that he does normally whenever he loses a partner. So I would suggest taking him down first to avoid that, as it can get out of hand pretty quickly. I'm gonna Thundaga him to death. Love power. Okay, now we're going to worry about, yeah. Now we're going to worry about removing her buffs. So, because of this, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if Ringabel outspeeds Idia, which, unfortunately, I can check, kind of. Speed's 103. Speed's 123. Alright, cool. 20 speed is decisively faster, so we are free to do this. We'll do an Earthquake, followed by a White Wind once Ringabel is done raising our good old buddy here, Tiz, and then also dispelling the effects of our opponents. And then Anyas is going to cast another Thundaga on the Jackal. There's a Rise on everyone, but it only really matters for Tiz. We're going to get a Thundaga, and then we're going to be fully healed after this, thanks to the White Wind. And there we go, healthy. Love power again, and Veilga. Okay, so it's like nothing ever really changed, but that's okay. We're going to default with Idia. We're going to dispel with Ringabel, and we'll go ahead and default with the Anyas. There we go. Potion stolen. Oh dear. Great. He's gonna use a potion. Oh. There's stop, which is not ideal on Tiz because he's still in the negative. But we'll work it out. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and re-up Drain on Idia because I feel like we're on like turn 8 or 9 of her Drain and it'll run out soon. We're gonna default with Ringabel because they don't have any buffs up. And we'll go ahead and just cast another Thunders on Jackal. Hopefully finish him off here fairly soon. Come on. Okay, they're going for the weakened Tiz, but that's okay. Come on, Tiz, live! No! Man, okay, so Tiz is the target of hatred this time around. Okay, so then we're going to just do 2 Earthquakes. We're going to kind of do something similar to what we just did earlier. We're going to do an Earthquake, and then we'll do... Actually, we'll just do 2 Earthquakes, because Idia is the only one that needs HP currently. Ringabel is going to raise... And actually, yeah, we'll just do a Rise, so I don't have to worry about the MP cost, the HP. And then we'll just do a Haste to boost everyone up. And then let's go ahead and just send Anyas into the negative to try and finish off the Jackal. His damage output is the most dangerous here, so we need to finish him off as soon as possible. There's Haste. And ideally, he goes down without too much of a fuss here soon. Come on. Take him down. There we go. Goes down quietly. Now we don't have to worry about too much. Praline's physical attack on her own is not much. Camera's physical attack is not that great either. And Quake is not really going to hurt us that much. So I'm honestly pretty confident about just going into the negative and just throwing Earthquakes at them over and over and over again. Actually, real quick, before I do that, let's go ahead and just throw a Fireball. Actually, no. Not that. We're going to throw a Firestorm. And then we're going to throw Earthquakes. That way they have lowered physical defense. That would have helped earlier if I realized that I was not casting that, but that's okay. And then Ringabel. We'll go ahead and have him cast just the spell to remove the evasion up. Okay, camera's defaulting, but that's okay. This should still do a considerable amount of damage even through defaults. And it did. It did. We're going to desperately try to steal the remaining item from Praline. Actually, we'll just mug her. Yep. And this will give her, this will do a bit of extra damage to her. Okay, roll a crown. There we go. Perfect. I'm gonna heal. Yeah, now that our buddy Jackal is gone, they're gonna have to kind of fill in the gaps when it comes to damage. But thankfully, we don't really need to worry about anything too much because, again, neither of these guys really pack much of a punch. So we're free to just kind of play aggressive and whatnot. We're going to have Ringabel dispel their buffs. And then Anyas is going to go on the offense. We're going to go ahead and just have her cast magic on Praline. See if we can finish Praline off as soon as possible. As Camera is going to be spamming defaults every other turn. Alright, awesome. She is down, and he is down as well.
What I do for the good of the people.
Whether Camera is actually a good king in this world or not, it's up to your interpretation. It seems like he's still siding with the Prophetshire merchantry and whatnot, but he might actually care for his people here. He's just going about it the wrong way. But we'll see. Okay, we've got Thief's Gloves, Thief's Knife, a Star Corselet, a Stardust, and a Gold Hourglass for that fight. Woohoo.
I see. I regret my failure to see through the former king's misdeeds.
Where will the kingdom go from here? How will it function in the absence of its king?
I will take up the mantle of governance for the time being, though that is no lasting solution. Ansheim will have to change. With luck, it will become a land led by its people for the benefit of all. What is certain is that it will ever be a welcome home to you and your companions, Lady Vestal. We will pray for your safe journey. Go, and bring your light to all the world.
Say, Chief, what are digits?
Another word for fingers and toes. Why do you ask?
I met this girl who sang a song that went, I gave him my digits! Just watch him fidget!
That's awfully macabre.
Right?
What a strange ending to this whole... you know, I'm not even going to really think about it too much. A sub-scenario that involves Jackal and Praline and Camera obviously was never really going to have any real continuity and any serious vibes to it. But, I mean, it's nice to just kind of walk around and fight two individuals that I'm not the greatest fan of, but together make a really interesting and fun duo. I think that's actually a great place to stop for today. An episode fully focused on Praline. I never thought I would do that twice. Oh dear. Anyway, cool. So that's that sub-scenario down. That's all of them in Eisenberg. So that's what? Caldistla, Florum, Ansheim, and Eisenberg all done. Alright, so that only leaves Eternia. So, that's where we'll be heading to next. Next time on Bravely Defaults, we'll be heading to Eternia. Wow, redundancy. My favorite. I'm gonna shut up now. Anyway, with that said, I'll see you soon.